If you've been paying attention to the conversation around Jalen Hurts, then you're probably like me. You've come to the realization that sports discourse is cooked. You see, right now we're in this ring era, this championship or bust. If you don't win a championship, then your career ain't bout shit. And that's basically the premise of how majority of sports fans think today. Now mind you, when I was growing up, things was a little different. We appreciated players just off of their dominance, championship or not. Randy Moss, Barry Sanders, Terrell Owens, Michael Vick, and the list goes on. But as I sit back and listen to how people speak about Jalen Hurts after winning the Super Bowl, oh man, it basically lets you know that this whole ring culture is a facade.
Not real.
You see, on one hand, people will look at elite quarterbacks like Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, and when you bring up their regular season success, they'll immediately shut it all down by saying, oh well, they don't have any championships because they can't get it done when it matters most. And it's like, okay, so championships obviously must be your criteria on how you determine where you rank a quarterback. But then you have Jalen Hurts, somebody who has taken 2 trips to the Super Bowl, has dominated in both of those Super Bowls, has also arguably outplayed the best quarterback in the NFL who was also leading a dynasty both times he reached the Super Bowl, and last but not least, has a Super Bowl MVP to show for it. And somehow, even with all that, the conversation around Jalen Hurts is that he's anywhere between a top 11 to top 20 quarterback. And I'm trying to figure out why y'all trying so damn hard to keep this man outside of the top 10. So if you dominate in the regular season but you don't have a championship, you ain't bout shit. But if you win a championship but your regular season numbers ain't elite, you ain't bout shit. I mean, damn, you got a better chance of winning the heart of an IG model that go 50-50 on bills. Now, I get it. One of the common talking points about Jalen Hurts is that he plays for a loaded team. But what people seem to forget is, before Jalen even became the starting quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles, they were a 3-win team. So that means the following year when Jalen became the starter, he immediately led them to the playoffs. Mind you, he had a rookie head coach in Nick Sirianni. He had a rookie Devontae Smith. And this is the same guy y'all are trying to penalize because the Eagles decided to surround him with more talent. So how are we discrediting a guy who was able to do it with less help now that he has more help and actually succeeded? The logic ain't logicking, bro. This ain't a Brock Purdy situation where the man walked onto a roster that was a proven championship contender. This is a completely different scenario. So I say all that to say this. When it comes to quarterback rankings, how are we able to give proper credit to players like Joe Burrow, who's led the Cincinnati Bengals to the Super Bowl, lost to the NFC, but he's still able to eat off that milestone to this day? But then we look at a Jalen Hurts who's been to 2 Super Bowls, won 1, and also took down the one dude in the AFC that's been snatching more chains than Aqib Talib. Now I hope the rest of you are beginning to realize that the era of watching sports with the intent of appreciating greatness are long gone. Now, sports discourse is strictly about emotion. Championship or not, people are going to elevate who they like, downplay who they dislike. And that's become very clear with this Jalen Hurts situation.